Well, let's wait and wait until somebody gets up here. Yeah, this is definitely not because I had a wide on.
That's definitely not.
Oh.
You've undone that one again.
That means I threw it out.
There's one over there balled up behind your spit thing, right on the same table.
This is the one that I just looked at.
All right. Welcome to another Wednesday Night Live.
Yeah, my name's Rodney, and that's Father. And we've been out of the studio for a good 2 to 3 weeks. We've been on the investigation for the most part. And we wanted to take a little recap night here while we had a night.
What are you looking at? What down here are you looking at?
We wanted to take a night to be in the studio and do a little recap in between investigations. We went to the old Indian burial grounds the first night out that we had. That ended up being a really good night.
Hey, TikTok. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. This is our Wednesday Night Live, episode 150. Appreciate you joining us.
Yes, thank y'all. Send us them likes if you get a chance. And we hope you like what we're talking about tonight. But like I was saying, we've been out of the studio for a few weeks now, doing investigations, conducting them weekly on Wednesday nights to change it up for everybody. I know it may be kind of boring seeing me and Father sitting here talking every Wednesday night, but we are trying to change that up now and do one studio live and then one investigation, or then a few investigation lives like we've been conducting. And the first investigation that we did, I'm going to take it back, not last week or the week before, but the week before that when we visited.
Hold on now. So in America, what would they call that?
The first
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Tell me how you did that, because you sent me back to preschool.
Common math.
So 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago tonight. Okay. Yeah, week before last and the week before last, the week before last.
Yeah, that we went to the old Indian burial ground. That night we had the Reaper device that we absolutely have really started to really enjoy using. And we're starting to get a little bit better off used to it now. And it's getting to become easier to work with now, since we're getting more of an understanding of it. That night we had that device, we had a regular REM pod, and we had the microwave device with it that we have not used in quite a good while. Probably not since, I'm thinking when we investigated the old, what's the place we went to? The old, like, I don't even know. Probably somewhere with Angel or something. The last time we used that type.
Use what?
The microwave. Remember, we hadn't used it in a while, but we did use that the first little night out we did on an investigation, and it actually worked pretty greatly for us. It was to the point where I was holding the Reaper, trying to make communication right there with me and Father, talking to it, asking questions and stuff. And the microwave would be on the opposite end of the table as us, and the REM pod was literally up beside us on the ground. And it was all of a sudden, as soon as that microwave would go off at the end of the table, triggering spirit contact or spirit presence, then something directly beside us would make the REM pod go off. And it had to be a good 5 to 10 foot away from us. So we could not have been triggering it. But
A few times it went off on when we asked it to.
yeah,
When we asked the spirits to do it,
yeah,
and then we try to get them to do it multiple times, and it would. One time it did, or they did, but
yeah,
I feel like it was more than one spirit because microwave was on one end of the table, and we had our REM pod on the other end.
yeah. Beside us, remember it was on the ground, like look, we were looking down on it beside us. I feel like that night, if you remember.
Hey, Angel, we're doing good. Hope you are, buddy. Hadn't spoke to you in a while.
Hey, Angel.
Hope things are going good your way.
Yes, sir.
I know Riley told me he talked to you a little while back, and you were really busy, so
Yeah.
I get that part.
Angel's becoming a photographer now.
Nothing wrong with that. Do whatever it is that makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Life is very short. Do the things that put a smile on your face. That's more important than anything.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, that night at the Old Indian Battlegrounds, we had a great amount of communication coming through. We actually narrowed it down to where we're communicating with mostly with the spirit of a woman, but there was also said to be, the woman said that there was a child wandering around us.
Yeah.
And that's actually what I'm thinking was interacting with the microwave device and the REM pod at the same time. Or they were basically working in, what's the word, when something happens back to back, repetitive?
Repetitive?
Yeah, they were going off repetitively.
Oh, yeah.
The microwave would go off, and then the REM pod would go off.
That was a pretty good night. It was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was quite as busy. Second, it's been 3 weeks ago, maybe 4, because we actually come in here 3 weeks ago. But it was the third, three investigations back. Yeah, it was good. That was the second time we had been down at the Tuscarora Indian Park / burial grounds, which ended up being a really good place. We'll give it a little break, really, and we'll go back. But yeah, I enjoyed going there.
I did too. And then now I'm going to fast forward to a week after that the following Wednesday, we were actually at my mom's new store in Greenville that she will be opening on June the 2nd.
Yeah,
my mom and sister's new store.
So you all probably kept up with us, and we did close our store in Kinston, and for the last probably 3 months, we've been renovating our new spot in Greenville, and we finally passed all our inspections last Friday. So they're training some new employees this week and kind of working the bugs out of everything, and we'll have our grand opening next Tuesday. So that's kind of where we're at if you've been keeping up with us on that. So keep your eye out on Sugar Coated Bakery, and now it's Sugar Coated Bakery and Coffee Bar. Yeah. So we combined the Daily Grind Cafe, which was a coffee shop, and with the Sugar Coated with the bakery. So there you have it, Sugar Coated Bakery and Coffee Bar.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But after that, after we got done working around there, since it was 7 something, we were getting a little too late.
We couldn't make it back to here in time for 8 o'clock.
That's what I was going to say. So we stopped in Winterville, North Carolina on the way home, and we hit a little graveyard in there, and we had the reaper with us. Or let me rewind and redo all of that I just said.
So if anybody watched it, we stopped at a new to us great cemetery that we've ridden by it for years and years and years, but really never had a reason to stop.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, we cannot make it home in time for Wednesday Night Live.
Luckily, this time, Riley had the reaper with him. Look at Andy.
Yep, got a little action behind us.
Yeah, we got a little action. Got Andy going behind us.
Cat balls
Thank
going
you,
off.
Andy or Laurie.
We still don't know which one's doing it.
It's Laurie. I
I don't
said her
know.
name and that she's doing it. It's Laurie.
Well, watch this. So, Laurie, if that was you that made that light start blinking between Andy's legs, could you do it again? So who is
It's Laurie.
it? You think so?
I know it is. I've been out here and sat right there on the couch over there and asked her that.
Yeah.
And she's done it.
So TikTok didn't see it, but we got a cat ball behind us
And
with our haunted doll. One of them, I'm not sure. I say one of them. I don't know which one it is. I know we've had some occurrences with Andy.
Yeah.
The one in the red and white plaid shirt with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure.
I
I'm
really-
not sure that Laurie, the one beside him, you would think it's Raggedy Ann and Andy, but whoever made these dolls, they were not store purchased. They were made by an individual years and years ago. Especially the girl one with the dark hair, because she sewed Laurie on her front of her dress.
Yeah.
So naturally, it's not Raggedy Ann.
No.
I don't know. So Andy, was that you that made the ball light up? Are you excited because we're back in the studio tonight? Can you light it up again, please?
If they did,
TikTok can't see it, you know.
yeah.
Let me can a little bit.
They can. Y'all can see it a little bit in the camera now. Look at this fella right here in between his legs at the ball.
So when you're out here, sometimes watching movies and whatever you're doing, do you ever turn the cat balls on, or you just?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'll turn the cat ball on and I'll ask them questions.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. So going back, we made it to the graveyard that since we didn't have time to get back here, which is probably 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure which one it was. And it ended up being an amazing investigation
Yeah.
at a new site for us. Like I said, the weird part about it is it's not a big cemetery.
Really isn't.
Really not a lot of old graves compared to the ones we have been to.
Yeah.
With graves in the 1800s.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm blown away by the activity that we had there in just a short time we were there.
Yeah, and there was no waiting for the activity. It was as soon as I turned the daggone reaper on, it was spilling through.
Yeah, it was.
And it was still daylight outside when all this was going on.
And we had our windows down. We didn't even get out of the car. We rolled the windows down. We stopped and parked right in the middle of the cemetery.
Yeah.
And man, he's right. You are right about that. As soon as we turned on our device, we immediately started getting communication.
Yeah.
And it seemed like we had a lot of passerbys.
Yeah.
Man, just different voice after different voice after different voice.
Yeah.
Coming through. We've kind of really struggled lately. You know, you always, when you get an activity, you always want to get a name of who you're making communication with. But we really haven't got any names that I can vouch for and say, yeah, that is really whoever they're saying they are. We never get that repetitive. It's me, or they give us a name and we'll ask it to do something if it is. I don't know. We haven't got a lot of that lately. but we have been getting a lot of different names, a lot of different voices.
A lot of different communication.
Yeah, right down to that investigation in that cemetery with the windows down. I had my arm hanging out the window or propped up on the window, and I actually got touched right here above the elbow.
Yeah.
And I immediately felt it, and I immediately thought that was probably a bug, but it wasn't a bug because, I mean, within a minute or two after that, we've talked about it before once, but we'll go on it again since he's on it because it was really all that. I felt the car, you know, when someone sits down in a car, like if you're in the car, you're already in it, and someone flops down pretty hard, and you feel the car squat and pick back up, you know,
like
kind of bounce the car a little bit. We felt it, and I immediately said something during the live about it.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I asked Riley, did you just kick your foot or did you do anything? And he's sitting beside me, and he didn't. I just wanted it on the video. I wanted it on the live. I said, look, you know, I feel like somebody just jumped on the car, jumped on the back of the car, or done pushed the car. But come to find out, we had communication that whoever it was or whatever it was,
remember it
actually said it was in the back.
I'm in the back.
I'm in the back. And we were like, crap, are you in the car? Yeah, I'm in the back.
It was.
So that was that's what we believe shook the car was definitely, you know, something or someone got in the back, and that was within minutes after my arm got touched from hanging outside.
Yeah.
That was the same night I had my name called twice.
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of weird, you fellow investigators, when you're out and about and you know, whoever you're communicating with, they know your name. I mean, we always introduce ourselves anyway, but when you hear your name come across, but that same spirit won't tell you who they are. That's a little bit of an eerie feeling to me.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of eerie to me. I always like, hey man, if you know my name, I should know your name.
So it has me thinking kind of like, say, you can know me, but I can't know you.
Absolutely. So we did that same live in that cemetery, and he'll vouch for it. And you guys who were watching, it was active. It was really, 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 really active.
Yeah,
to the point where we thought it was going to stop because it started off so hot. You know, after about 30 minutes in, it kind of fizzled off a little bit. And when we thought it was over, here it come again.
Yeah.
So that's we were actually planning tonight. If we had to be in Greenville working tonight, we had a backup plan. If we couldn't make it back to the studio, we were like, we know where we're stopping on the way home.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you guys want us to go back there. So we will. We'll be going back there. We'll kind of fit it in when we're on our way back this way for sure. But it was intense. Matter of fact, it was really intense. Nothing really dark went on other than, you know, we had a visitor enter the vehicle without permission. And I will say, after we ended the live, we talked about it. We stopped. We got out of the car, and we prayed. You know, we asked whoever it was to get out. You know, they were not allowed to go with us.
Yeah.
Whether it worked or not, I'm not 100% sure. Nothing else happened, so I'm hoping it did work. We didn't have any, anything else. We haven't had anything weird going on.
Praise the Lord.
So it was intense. So yeah, that kind of sums that one up, I think. Unless you want to say something else about it.
No, I think we need to go on and dive right into the next investigation that's got.
I will say before we move along is that if I had to go back and pick one of our lives to watch recently, it would be that one at the cemetery. You know, if I was going to go back and find one, I want to go watch it. I want to go listen to it again.
Yeah.
Just to kind of go back through the occurrences because
a
lot of things happen, and here I am. We're so busy, I forget about it.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that hasn't changed. So if you were, following me and Riley earlier in the winter, late in the winter, and earlier in this year during the winter, we talked about some different things happening, and we kind of not really got hung up on it, but we talked about he and I think that spirit activity is just as active during the daylight as it is at night. Well, I feel like we've backed that up. I feel like,
I definitely feel like we have.
I mean, we've been going into daytime. We've been starting our lives a little bit early when we go off. Well, and it's still light at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, and man, immediately things are just happening to the point where, I mean, and really the last investigation we did, of course, I'll jump to that, but I guess what I'm saying is everything we're doing lately is vouching for
what we
talk about, how we feel. The only difference is when it does get dark and you're still getting activity, it just feels different. It feels different in the dark.
Feels bone chilling, honestly.
Especially like last Wednesday night
when
we were at a school, an old school that's grown up, it's dilapidated.
Very bad.
Very old, it's on the creek. It's where the Tuscarora Indians traveled back in the day. They had their different camps set up on the creek. Every couple of miles was, I guess you call it a village. So they would set up shop and they would use the creek. And Riley's got to pee. What's new? What's new?
But before I go pee, I do want to say I did research into the whole Indian heritage and what all was around back then when the Tuscarora Indians were around. It was not only the Tuscarora Indians, but there were 5 other tribes in this area that settled along the creek.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it was they used the creek as a road.
Yeah,
they traveled, like we used the roads. They used the creek. They would travel up the creek or down the creek
in
their canoes, and trade with each other.
Yeah.
So, which was a really cool thing. And where we live, in our backyard is that same creek, and we've been here 30 years or more, and never really thought about the Indians probably walked the very land that we're sitting on right now.
Yeah.
So that's just so weird. Kind of weird feeling to me.
Yeah.
Just to think of all the history that's on the land, even where you guys may be watching from. You probably got some stories you could tell about the land you're on. But yeah.
Yeah. And boy, did we open up a can of worms this last weekend. I had a location that Riley has always wanted to go to when he looked at it, because he just knew that place, other than crawling with snakes probably and a bunch of other random wild animals, it had to be crawling with spirit activity, because it was the old daycare or the old after school daycare that the kids.
Well, it was actually elementary school first.
It was,
and then later on, as they built more schools around, it turned into you used it for preschool daycare activities.
Okay,
is what happened.
So, what hurricane was it that came?
I mean, there've been several. But I mean, we've had some bad ones.
Yeah.
The really bad one, which flooded all up around our land and flooded a lot of people out up. And the water was some of the places around us, not here, down like, a half a mile from here, 2-story houses, that the water was above the first floor.
Yeah.
Water, 8, 10 foot up in the house.
Yeah.
So that was really bad.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems that one of the floods evidently came and wiped that old daycare out. And whatever used to be in there is definitely still calling that place home, because we communicated with what I believe is multiple spirits that night, including one that told us that they were buried behind the school itself, buried on the grounds behind the school. So that would mean it was back in the woods where they were buried.
But look, we can't even say who was buried there
No,
because we're talking about the same land that was, settled by Indians.
yeah,
So pretty sure there's unmarked graves back in there.
yeah.
But I mean, you can't get to them now. I mean,
No.
the place is so grown up.
And crawling with snakes.
Well, I mean, problem with everything. It's just grown up. You
Yeah,
can't even walk through the woods around it. It's so thick.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel confident when it told us, yeah, there are people buried behind it. Yeah, I believe that.
yeah.
I believe that.
I mean, honestly, on all this land out here, where are people probably not buried with the past that happened here?
Yeah, who knows, man? Same thing all around.
Yeah, all around.
And I think people who live closer to the river, Neuse River, your creeks, the Tar River, I don't know where you're watching from, but as far as you start heading north, heading up north from us, and heading south, all around us. Back Indian and Civil War times, man. The creeks and the rivers were pumping. So
Yeah.
and people were camping and living on the river. So if you live, good possibility if you live close to a river or a creek, that's on the map. There's a good possibility that someone lived on it way before you did.
Yeah,
Probably some bloodshed's been shed on it too.
definitely.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
We're getting some serious comments and likes on TikTok.
we appreciate it, TikTok. A lot more.
Thank y'all.
Guys, if anybody's on Facebook, I'll tell you, I forget to say it. If you're watching us on Facebook tonight, we don't see your comments. We're not ignoring you. The only comments we actually see are if people who are watching on YouTube.
Yeah,
So other than that, we can't even tell anybody's up here tonight. I know it thins down in the summer. People are busy and got a lot of activities going on. And me and Riley talked about it. As far as being in the studio, we'll keep doing it, but we'd a lot rather be outside when the weather will let us. We found out, we get a lot more watches and people liking what we're doing when we are out and about.
yeah,
So we are going to try moving forward on nights that we're in here. After like next week, we'll be back out somewhere next week.
yeah.
We have a nice list of local places. Some new, some unfamiliar to us. Some we've been there a few times.
And then some y'all have never seen us go to.
Yeah, be some new places. So it's gonna be fun. We're good with it. We're gonna go to we really steer our schedule. We haven't really made a schedule this year, which is the first time in years we haven't made a schedule to go somewhere. We still are planning to go up north to Gettysburg sometime, maybe late summer, early fall. I don't know when yet. But other than that, excuse me, we're gonna keep hitting up the local places that are free and very active.
Very, very active.
That's our plan.
And before we get too far away from it, I wanted to do a little talking on this past week's investigation at the old school in the Woodline. So, like Father and me were talking a minute ago, we don't really communicate with the same spirit a whole bunch no more.
It don't seem like it.
It's like more of a, hey there, and then they're gone. But
Or going back multiple times, 2 or 3 times to the same place. I can't say that the last several times we've been somewhere, I can't remember feeling like I'm talking to the same spirit that I talked to previously. Yeah. It seems like it's just a lot of traveling, a lot of what kind of spirit would you call that? They're just moving. They're reliving the same thing every day.
Residual.
Yeah, a lot of residual, but I call it passerbys. I feel like it's a lot of people while we're on. We're getting a lot of feed and a lot of voices.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know if they're interacting with me and you. I feel like we're catching conversations. We're catching things that they're still living day by day, because a lot of we catch bits and pieces of it, or it's not even clear. But you know when you're communicating with someone legit because it's crystal clear.
Yeah,
I feel like that. That's my thoughts on that.
that's where this right here comes up. I'm glad you brought that up because when we were at the old daycare in the Woodline the other night, that I've been dreaming of going to because I knew it was going to be hot.
We ride by it, and he's talked about it for a couple of years, and we found it. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it went. That's what we did.
That's exactly how it went. That's why we were a little bit late.
Yeah, I was like, let's just go. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think we were going to get anything. I didn't think we'd make any communication there. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah. Because it was from the second we turned the daggone box on. It was hey, 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 hey. And when Father finally got communicating with one spirit, he asked him, "Are you close? Where are you?"
I was trying to figure out. Well, the thing was when it got dark.
Yeah.
It got dark quickly because we were a little bit late getting started. And when it got dark, because we turned all the lights off because we didn't want to see cars passing by and know we were there.
Yeah.
And oh, what a trashy woman you got. Just sent you a picture. That's nasty. Yuck. Anyway. It was so dark outside. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about. We just talked about it, that it wasn't really any more active than it was when we started. But when it got dark, it just felt different. I felt like somebody was standing right beside me, staring at me through the window of the truck.
Yeah.
And it made me nervous. It made me nervous. Yeah, because I flipped on the lights before we left. I was like, man, I know somebody is standing right here. And actually, as much voices as we were hearing, it felt like we were surrounded.
Yeah.
I felt like people were all around us.
Yeah, I did too. And remember, I had my arm out the window, and I actually got touched while we were down there.
Same thing happened, yeah, like me at the cemetery.
Just like Father at the cemetery.
Yeah, that's fact.
Something touched me, and then that Father here asked him, "Where are you?" And the first male voice that came through heavy, I mean, it was definitely Smucker's voice. Like a Smucker's cough, like it was heavy like that, but it said hell.
He did say that.
It said it was in hell, and it's bone chilling.
That's the first time I've got that response
Since we've been doing it,
that I remember.
Yeah,
something actually told us it was at hell.
In hell, yeah. Like
I didn't know how to take it.
I didn't either. It was actually very, very freaky. Knowing that's right down the road from me, bro. Really? Yeah. That was just nuts.
Another thing that stood out to me while we were there was when I felt like we were it wanted us to get out.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions, they kept telling me and Riley to get out. And I was like, get out of the truck. And at one point, it wanted us to go inside the old school.
Yes, it did.
Which is impossible. It would have been impossible for us.
Yeah, because there's literally like 2 or 3 trees going through the top of that old school.
Well, not only that, the trees are grown up all the way around it.
Yeah.
So no, it ain't just the 2 trees.
But you can literally look in the old school window and see a daggone log of a tree hanging down.
Facts.
And like,
but I felt a little funny when we were I felt like we were being played or we were being tricked.
Yeah.
I don't think the intentions it had for us were good. I will say that.
Do you remember all of when that one spirit said hell? Do you remember all of them evil laughs we heard behind it?
Yeah, something was laughing like he said, really it make your skin crawl. The voices that were coming through.
Like just the most hellish sounding laughs and grunts and groans you could ever imagine.
So talking about being negative spirits and dark spirits, things we don't run across a lot.
Yeah.
We just talked about it, even when we were at the graveyard a few weeks ago at the cemetery, and we feel like a spirit got in the car. It wasn't bad.
No.
It was a little. I mean, it made my skin crawl knowing I had been touched by something I couldn't see.
Yeah.
And something uninvitedly made its way into our vehicle.
Yeah.
All that was really okay because there was no negativity with it that we know of, that we're aware of. But now the other night, the negativity was coming, and we, like he was saying at school, it was. I don't know if it would have bothered us or how it would have even bothered us.
Well, honestly, when something touched my hand, it felt like I got electric shock from the top of the cross on my hand to the bottom the bottom of the tip of my thumb.
Man, it was. I don't know. I really felt uneasy after that when it picked up and we were getting a lot of communication, and on multiple occasions it told us to get out.
Yeah.
Most of the time we take it as when the spirit tells you leave. We get out a lot. If you followed us, you hear it happen. You hear it with us. You hear the spirits tell us to leave.
Yeah.
It's time to go. But this wasn't the same thing. When it said get out, it wanted us to get out of the car.
Yeah.
It wanted us to get out.
Go out there on its stomping grounds with it.
And I don't know, man, what could happen? What do you think could happen? If you did get out and you felt like something was, physically, what could happen? You believe something could harm you physically? We're not talking about a horror movie, a bunch of fake stuff. I'm saying what could happen? Whether it would hurt you, I don't know, but you might would hurt yourself trying to get away from whatever you thought was after you.
Yeah.
I think that's where it becomes mental again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know if you got out, I know it could probably toy with your mind more.
Yeah.
And that's, as far as I can tell, that's the main objective of any real true haunting there is, really.
Yeah, speaking of that, Angel, I didn't think about taking pictures the other night when we were there, but I did take some at the graveyard at the cemetery. When it said it was in the back, I did take some.
He did.
And I didn't really see anything.
Yeah, nothing really showed up in them at the graveyard.
Yeah. I did it with my work phone. Yeah, because we were live on the other one.
Yeah.
I did look through them. I didn't look as we were actually leaving the graveyard. When we were finally leaving, we had opened the doors and got out of the car and we said a little prayer and, basically told whatever spirit was there had to roll.
Yeah.
Wasn't allowed to get in, wasn't allowed to leave with us. But anyway, as we were leaving, I did take some pictures around the car in the pitch black dark. And I didn't look at those. I should look at those.
Yeah.
Now, like Angel said, I wish I'd have looked. I wish I'd have took some pictures the other night at school.
Yeah.
When whatever it was said that, it was trying to get us out of there.
Yeah.
It made me. I will say it made me feel uneasy.
Yeah, it did.
And here again, I really think the most uneasy part of it wasn't that we were a spirit or an entity of whatever type was communicating with us and pretty much kind of being on the negative side to us. That wasn't what was bothering me. It wasn't any different. What made it different was it was pitch black dark.
Yeah.
That just, like I said, we've been saying the whole time, it changes the mentality, the mental part of it.
It really does.
When you take your light, your sight out of an investigation, when it becomes dark, it just makes it that much more intense. When truthfully, it isn't any more intense. Your mind, you're being manipulated that it is because of that one factor. It's dark. You can't see.
Yeah.
And it made me, and I'll say it worked on me. It worked on me like picture perfect.
Yeah.
Because I would have bet anything there was stuff all around us that I really didn't want to have nothing to do with. That's fact.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And we talked about it. We were like, dude, it's trying to get us out of this vehicle.
Yeah.
Is it stupid? We're definitely not getting out of this vehicle.
No.
You know.
Well,
We're not getting out of
I won't have nothing to do with it.
it. Angel, I don't know if you're still up here. What you been up to? I know you've been busy working. Have you been investigating anywhere lately? I know Paul. I don't know if Paul's up here tonight. Paul went to the old hospital on College Hill a few weeks ago. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I usually say
college on hospital.
I usually get it all turned around.
I'm gonna go around.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. I hope he had a good investigation, because when Riley and I did, it was amazing.
It was.
It was probably one of the better places we've been to in a long time.
Yes, it was by far.
Nowhere lately, man. I get it. Is that on purpose, or you just haven't had enough time, Angel? I haven't even seen a lot of people going places. You know, because I haven't done social media a lot lately. We've been so busy with the move and renovating our new space. I just haven't had a lot of time. What I've been doing is basically what me and Riley do. I got you. Same thing. I always have that excuse, being busy. I hope one day it'll. I don't want it to quit. I don't want to quit being busy, because we all, I need to work. We have to work. But I look forward to a day when I don't have to work as hard, where it doesn't take as much income to satisfy all the needs, if you know what I mean. That'll be a good day when we can start chilling and doing the things we like to do a little bit more, instead of doing the things that we have to do. I think that's the goal for everybody in life. Work yourself toward that goal where you can do the things like I just said a little while ago. The things that make you happy are the things you need to be doing, because we're not promised a second on this earth. It can be gone at any moment. It's like flipping a light switch. I bet you do if you hadn't been lately. Like I said, me and Riley, we actually haven't been to any, I say, well-known locations all year long. But I tell you, Angel, I've really enjoyed what we're doing, popping around to local places. Man, we've been getting a lot of communication, learning a lot about each other, and investigating. Period. Taking a lot of notes. Hopefully, it'll make us better investigators in the long run. But the main part about what Riley and I've been doing, going local and hitting up new places and learning about history, which is really fun. But the best part of all that is we're not paying to go nowhere. It's free. So we're saving money at the same time. And I think we can all vouch for that, And I get it. These places, these nice places that everybody sees and hear about, man, they cost a lot of money to go to. I'm just going to tell it like it is. A lot of them are too expensive for what you're getting in return. There are very few places that I can say. There are a few who actually you can tell that the owners actually put money, that people are paying to rent those places overnight or however long. There are very few places who are actually investing the money back into the location to make it a better location, or let's just say a safer location. Some of the places are, man, in bad shape, and these owners need to spend a little bit of money to make them safer. That's for sure. APD, what is that? APD device. I'm not sure. Oh, is that like the the processor? You're talking about the processor? Actually, I think it's right here. We got APFD processor. Cat ball was going off, but that was me. That was me. That processor you're talking about? Yeah, APF. Yeah. This thing is pretty cool. I will say we've only used it 2 or 3 times, but I think it's I really like the quick playback you can do with it. But I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out, and when you do, let me know. But you know, these buttons, it's got 4 different buttons on it: S1, S2, S3, S4. And when you press them together, that they do different things. It shows it up here. Like S1 and S2 at the same time make it start and stop. It just does different things, which to me, if you know me and you know Riley, we like to turn it on and turn it off. So that's probably one reason I've been lazy about trying to figure it out. But I do think it does have its advantages for sure. It does clean up the audio pretty good too. I like it. Good purchase, I think. You'll probably do better with it than we will, because the difference in you and me and Riley, you'll use it more. You'll figure it out. I think we might be a hair lazy on that part. Yeah. I've only ever run it. I run it with one of the SB11s. I actually have it. I think it's one of those SB11 Pros. I have it Velcroed where I can Velcro it right to it, and I've been running it through it. I hadn't thought about putting it on the portal. That would be a good idea too. Paul must not be up here. I wanted to ask Paul about his print a stand for it. That's a good idea.
I thought about when we were going live.
Well, you didn't pop the dip in after all that.
I heard the tape.
And put a dip in.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll be able to understand you.
No, we can't. I'm good. I didn't put a whole back on digging in.
I don't know. I feel like speaking on locations, like I said, we're going to keep hitting local. We're going to keep saving some money. So next Wednesday night, we may end up back in that graveyard because the cemetery in Winterville that we went to, simply because next week I know we'll be the new store opens next week, and I'm praying and hoping it should be very busy. So I know I'll be there in the evenings. So next Wednesday night, I feel like that'd be a good place for Riley and we'll stop there for our Wednesday night live.
Black Cat will make another appearance. He likes that graveyard.
Angel's talking about he got him a processor.
Oh,
this.
like ours.
Yeah, so
you can rewind and
he'll figure it out. Yeah.
Them things are nice.
They're really cool.
I do remember that day we used it in that Beaufort graveyard.
Yeah, we used it in the graveyard.
Do you remember
I can't understand.
Do you remember we had that?
Like you said, you had a little dip in.
I got
it's waving at me.
It's only half a cup.
You're gonna print a stand. So you're gonna print a stand. I'm trying to think what you gonna just basically a stand to hold it. For sure.
Angel,
pretty sure he don't. Man, I miss you, Angel. I ain't seen you in a long time.
I know, man.
Feel like you kicked us to the curb, like the rest of the crowd has. We're way over here on the East Coast, man. We're still here. I guess we're gonna have to ride to Raleigh. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll pick a day we can find somewhere up in the
Dorothea Dix. I love that place.
Yeah, that was Dorothea Dix. The park was cool. We could go there.
Yeah.
We'll meet you somewhere up there again, so we can see you.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen you since we picked up that piece of equipment you fixed for us that melted.
The filter bag.
Met him in Raleigh, yeah. Yep.
He said, I'll send you a text.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So what else you want to talk about tonight, man? I was hoping Paul would get up here and talk about their experience at the old hospital on College Hill. That place is all that. We call it like we see it most of the time. And that place, we didn't have to try hard to get communication there.
No.
It was waiting for us.
That was actually, since you brought that topic up, I want to talk about it a little bit.
We still haven't finished that video, by the way. Our video of it. We had a lot of stuff going on, but
that investigation hit really close to home to me because we were communicating with that little girl who had the burn, who got burnt, and we asked her, "Why don't you show yourself?" And she said, "Burn." Remember?
Yeah.
Like she was burnt really bad and didn't want to scare us.
Well, they say people have seen her. Actually, I've seen pictures, a few pictures of people who have captured her down in the basement hallway in that closet at the end of the long hall. I really felt like when we were there that night, when we were there, we had a good chance of seeing her. I really did.
I know it did.
I really did.
Especially with the heavy communication we were getting
Yeah.
for her on that second or third floor.
We were getting some good communication for sure.
Yeah, from herself, I know for sure.
Well, you and her, Riley, kind of got a conversation going with her, basically saying all the time he's been in the hospital. And, basically the two of them had something in common.
That's why
was staying a lot of time in the hospital. So, yeah.
That's why I said that investigation, it hit kind of home to me.
Yeah.
Felt like I connected to that investigation a lot easier.
You still back there, Indy? You still with us? Lock that ball up.
Or Laurie.
Or Laurie. Yeah, I'll say Laurie. We know you can do it. We've seen you do it before. Matter of fact, you've done it tonight already.
I've been doing a lot. I did some thinking while I was in the bathroom of something I could bring up or something I wanted to bring up. So I hadn't mentioned it, but I've been digging through a few different websites than what I did before, and I've actually found a new interest for the summer months and going to the beach and all that. But the old charters and stuff, and sometimes they abandon and all of that.
Charters, like what do you mean?
Like a shrimp charter or something.
Oh, charter boats.
Charter boat.
Okay, yeah.
And sometimes they get like abandoned or something will happen to the crew.
Yeah.
And they'll wash ashore.
Yeah.
And basically get taken up by the wildlife people, or not the wildlife people, but the Coast Guard. It's actually struck me that maybe that would be a good possible investigation, because on these charter boats, you're in the middle of the ocean fishing or catching shrimp, and you're working and you get cut up and all this stuff by hooks and all that.
A lot of accidents.
Tons of accidents. Yeah.
Rough water, anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, that would actually be something I thought would be a pretty cool little investigation. Definitely beating something else new. And I like new stuff with down south because it keeps it new to the public. Keeps it interesting. Ought to get a little.
TikTok's got a little puzzle piece on it.
Yeah, it's paused. Dang it. There's a certain technique to that.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I pretty much think we've covered it all. All that I had that I really wanted to aim to talk about tonight.
So next week for sure we'll be at next Wednesday night we're planning to be at that cemetery in Winterville where we had a visitor actually get in the car.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Excuse me. Be interesting to see if it happens again.
Yeah.
I tell you what we can do if it does happen again. We can put something in the back seat this time. Put something in the back, a cat ball or a daggone REM pod.
Yeah.
Put a REM pod in the back seat.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so we'll take something like that also.
Yeah.
But then after that, I think the following weekend will be a birthday week for Riley. So we might make our way back down to the old Beaufort Cemetery in Beaufort, North Carolina in 2
Finally.
weeks. So not next weekend, but the following weekend. Is that right? Yeah.
I think it's
Oh, it may be next weekend.
like 14 days away. Something like that.
Oh, your birthday's June 5th, so your birthday is next Friday. Is that the weekend we're going to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'll actually be next weekend. So next Wednesday night, we'll be at the cemetery again. And that same weekend, we'll probably make our way down to Beaufort, North Carolina, to that cemetery that we love. Hello. Hello.
Yes. And we're hoping to get a name of the little girl in the rum barrel this time.
Been there 3 times. We haven't got her name yet. And
Right.
we hear all kinds of people tell us her name, and they may be right. We don't know.
No,
But we want to hear her tell us tell us a name. We don't really get much at that little girl's grave. We really don't. We get stuff all over that cemetery, but at the very grave that we'd like to try to make communication with the little girl, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Remember that one night that we were out there late and that girl walked in the cemetery on us?
Yeah.
That same night, we took that little bear that Angel made with the lights in it, and we put it by her grave and remember it was going off.
Yeah, we took Bucky.
We need to take that little beaver with us when we go back to this.
Funny thing about it, we need to take that to the cemetery next week.
Yeah,
See if we can get communication there with it. That's a good idea. We'll do that.
Yeah.
So we'll start that off next Wednesday night when we go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, Edna. Yeah,
Hey.
you're never too late, but we are getting at the end of our notes.
Yeah, we're getting.
We
about
just
ready to
you
get
haven't
off.
missed a lot tonight. We've just been back in the little studio yapping a little bit, going over the last few weeks us being out and moving forward. Next week we're going to. You were actually Edna. You were there a few weeks ago when we were at that cemetery when something got in the car with us. I remember you talking about it. I remember the questions you had. And, so we are going to revisit that next Wednesday night. That's our plan. So, yes, that's right. It was very active that night, as well as last Wednesday night was very active also at the old school that we went to.
Yeah.
We've had the local play. We talk about it all the time. We can drive 15 hours from here. We can pay $1,000, $1,500 for a 6 or 8 hour investigation or all night long, whatever you have it, and get communication. But it's never the same as what we get around home, local places that are free.
Yeah.
They're free. And we still travel for some reason because we haven't done it. We're 5 months in the year. We haven't done it this
You and
year.
me did talk about somewhere we'd like to go back to St. Albans Lunatic Asylum.
No, you said that. I don't care if I ever go back there.
Wow.
I just don't. If I had a choice to go back anywhere, I would go back to the old hospital on College Hill or back to the hospital in Tennessee. I would like to go and spend more time there.
Here. Yeah.
Old Harriman Hospital is very good. Just so you guys, if you haven't been there, that's probably that's in. We were not able to. We had obligations when Riley and I went, and we weren't able to stay but a few hours because we had like a 2 hour drive to get back to our the house we were staying at while we were on vacation. And but when we go back this year, we're going to go there during the day. We're going to go back to what we talk about, y'all. Is spirit activity is just as busy during the day as it is at night, and we're going to prove it there. That'll be a good place.
Yeah.
But we're going to be there earlier in the day and stay late also, so we can spend a little more time there.
Remember, we do have an investigation plan down there at the Old Thomas Hotel in Tennessee. I think it's the Old Thomas Hotel. I ain't sure it's on my phone.
I don't remember that one, but I do know I did like Herriman.
Yeah, I did too.
That is one of the places I would like to spend more time, and I would, like I said, go back to the old hospital on College Hill where Paul and his wife went.
Yeah.
That place, like I said, that place is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Worth the money? Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to pay and wanted to go and feel good about paying somewhere, which is hard to do, that much money, old hospital on College Hill was good. It was good to us.
It was.
I have seen some people go and talk to them, and it was like, it was okay. But it was good to us. And the same thing happens. We've been to places where people think are amazing, and we've got nothing. So I guess it just depends on the day, who you are, what you got going on.
The weather.
Yeah, what kind of electricity you got with you. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if you got the mojo on you or not. But you don't. If you want to experience spirit activity, just like Edna said, you don't have to drive. You don't have to drive a long ways. There's spirits all around you. Spirits are amongst you. You guys watching on TikTok, wherever you're at, it's possible there's a spirit with you right now. I'm not trying to freak you out because it's getting close to bedtime, but there's a good possibility there's a spirit around you right now. You just haven't acknowledged it. You haven't took the time to acknowledge it. Get you a voice recorder. Use the recorder on your phone. Everybody's got these smartphones now, whether it be an Android or the Apple phone, iPhone. Yeah. They got recorders on. If you don't believe it, when you go to bed tonight and you're laying there chilling, just trying to go to sleep, turn your recorder on. Time it. Let it go on. Let it run. Time it to come on at say 2:30 in the morning and go off at 3:30. And tomorrow, when you wake up, you get a little time, that recording, go to it and just let it play. Put you some earphones on, some earbuds, something where you can tune out everything around you. You're going to be surprised what you may or may not hear in your own home. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Just saying.
Just give it a try.
Anyway, that's about all I got tonight, man. We've been yapping for about an hour. That's about what we do. Next Wednesday night, though, guys, we will be back at that cemetery where we had so much activity.
Yeah.
Unless something happens, we plan to be there next Wednesday night. And next weekend, Riley's birthday weekend, we'll be going to. We're planning to go back to the old Beaufort Cemetery.
Yeah, we are. We love that place.
But anyway, I think that's all we got tonight. Thank you, everybody, for getting up here. Good talking to you, Angel.
Y'all.
Thank you, Angel, for getting on, buddy.
Thank you, TikTok.
Sorry, I haven't been able to. I don't know, man. Just been so busy. I haven't reached out to you. Glad you're doing good. Hope Ruth's doing good. Hope your kid's doing good. And the same with everybody else. Hope everybody's doing okay. It is Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week. So I pray everybody does well the rest of the week and has a good week. With that being said,
I guess until this next.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if everybody else does, but yeah, that would be a very cool EVP. It would be hard to go to sleep the following night after that EVP, though. I will say that. I will say that, yeah.
What he said.
He's talking about, so what you're saying basically is record. And do you want to hear a spirit saying, that it was watching you while you slept?
Oh, God.
Maybe one time. Because like you said, it would be hard the next night to close my eyes.
Yeah, it would.
That's okay, Edna. Family first, for sure. It'll be recorded. You can check us out later.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, this is where we end it for tonight. We thank you guys for watching episode 150. Look for us next Wednesday night, if not sooner. You know, he's always popping on and off.
I am.
But we do have a new location we are going to check out. Someone told us about today. We have a new location.
Yeah.
We might even hit it this weekend while we're working. We've been told there's some spirit activity in a place very close to us where we've moved a new store to. Nothing bad. There's been apparitions of older gentlemen seen in this building on multiple occasions. So all that does is make Riley smile. So this weekend, we'll probably break some equipment out while we're there and just see. We just want to find out.
That's all we want.
And I have heard two different people say they have seen this gentleman. So I haven't seen him yet, but maybe we will. Anyway, with that being said, guys, you join us. Keep on the lookout for us. Join us next Wednesday night and maybe this weekend. And with that being said,
until the next time we're up there, you can catch us all at that
down, south, out. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Black hat tip.
Black hat out.